Can you believe I cleaned this thing? What the hell is the point of cleaning your car anyways? This black car is so hard to film. You know, it was clean for all of like 4 hours until the pollen hit, because it's that time of fucking year. Here's something that bothers me. After painstakingly measuring the track width, the wheels are perfectly in line, but the rear fender arch is wider than the front fender arch. Exactly, looks like it's only about an inch. The front is only a little more than half an inch. So there's about a half-inch difference visually between the front and the rear tires. But the track width is the same. Two options: 12mm spacers in the front, 25mm spacers in the back to actually get them flush, or go for 1.5-inch, 2-inch spacers all around. That's obnoxiously thick. For the fender flares, planning on it being 3 inches wider from the body of the car. Since the rear wheel is an inch in, that's gonna be like 4 inches thicker than stock. I really don't like the idea of running 4-inch spacers. Hopefully I can figure out how to get this fender and this wheel liner off so I can see just how much 3 inches affects the scrub radius of the front wheels. It's the front wheels that actually, you know, turn, which complicates things a lot. Now the next thing I want to talk about, above like 40 miles per hour, you barely hear the engine anymore. Apparently there's this, which is the air intake resonator, which apparently you can just pop out. Oh shit, it really is that easy. That is literally the easiest thing I've ever had to do. I'll get to that in a little bit. Coming back to the wheels, which I almost forgot about, the Plasti-Dip idea seems to have not really worked. It's been about 4 months. A lot of this happened about a month after. Basically, in the middle of nowhere, I did in fact take it up to grand total of 110 miles per hour, which I wasn't totally expecting on hitting. I certainly don't really want to drive any faster than that, but I should explain this story a little bit better. I crested a hill, and at the bottom of the hill was a goddamn sheriff. And I looked down at the speedometer, and I had crested that hill at a smooth 95 miles an hour. So I was like, I am fucked. So basically, slowed way the fuck down and pulled over immediately and just waited for him to roll up behind me. And you know what? Surprisingly enough, I mean, it was Thanksgiving break. You know, I was just driving home, told him I was coming from 4 hours away. He dropped my 95 mile an hour down to a 79 and a 70. So shout out to that police officer. Let me tell you, if he would have caught me doing 100 or even, you know, 105, 30 miles per hour over, that is automatic appearance in court. So super fucking chill, let me tell you. So that's my story. You may notice, or you might not notice, that all the plastic trim looks real nice and, you know, shiny and dark. It's because I did the back to black bullshit. I don't know what it's called. It leaves this really oily petroleum product texture. All plastic, and that's all that shit is on it, and it doesn't feel great. Actually try and get these off too. I don't like these. I did get a better quality 3D model of the Nissan Juke, and I updated my 3D model rendering basically, and I took that model and I was like, you know what, maybe I can make this kind of fancy. Been watching a lot of Beast for Build lately, and he has a pretty fancy intro with, you know, some like drafting document style things and some really cool, you know, spinny movements or whatever. It's really blown out right now. Anyways, I thought it would be cool. I've got a little bit of 3D modeling and animation expertise. Why don't I try and make an animated intro with, you know, wireframes and all that? You know what? I put a little bit more effort into it than I thought I could actually physically do. So I've got a brand new intro coming soon, hopefully. Well, obviously I've got 3 more videos to edit before I make this one. So I'm sure it'll have made its way into videos already by the time this comes out. But I've got the intro and made it all myself. Literally just strapped you to a seatbelt. Sure I could. Am I really considering this as an option right now? I mean, I've got the camera already rolling, so. This This is some real off-roading type shit I wasn't expecting right now. I mean, I did it, thank God for the Juke. I don't have the resonator off yet. I'm just gonna rip it down some back roads, just, you know. See, it's the easiest thing ever. I can hear just a tiny bit of it whooshing up. I can actually hear when the boost is kicking in. I can hear when the turbocharger is all the way spooled up. It's kind of hard to understand what a little piece of plastic can do as a resonator. I mean, for the most part, it seems like it just guides the air from the air intake to the actual the air filter itself. I guess it does make a little bit of a difference. So, questionable calling it an air intake resonator when it's literally just a plastic tube, but you know, I don't design these things. I guess I'll probably try and mention in the next video whether or not I like it or it bugs the crap out of me. So, hey.